Carl gave me the family Bible. Had some good stuff in it. When you started talking about the Griffiths a while ago, that made sense, because what I did was, when I started looking at it, I realized that there was a lot of information on the inside. It's hard to read it, but it's Captain J.E., I think, Griffith, gave it to his granddaughter, the year of the Lord, 1893. And I worked with it with the computer so I could try to read as much of it as possible. But it was basically in about 1870s in the Griffith family. It was passed down from the Griffiths, Thompsons to Honeycutts. Pretty impressive. Up here at the top it says Leonard Honeycutt at Concord, North Carolina, on the first page there. And it was published in 1890, which means that probably some of these papers in here came from the late 1800s, but 20 years before the Bible was published. So papers were put into this Bible, okay? Some of the documents in here are, you know, some of it was wrote on the Bible, some of it was added in the Bible, okay? That was carried over. Let's go to this one here. Segments of hair. Do we know who the hair belongs to? Was it the Margaret, the child that died at 2 years old, or someone else, or the triplets, or whose hair was this?
I've never seen this before. I don't know.
Is this the one you got for Faith?
No. Francis.
Oh, I have no
It's a
idea.
little Bible that I got from Francis.
Well, I want to show you what's in the back of this Bible. This is all 1877, 1897, 78, and this starts with the Griffith family, births and deaths. And that's just a loose leaf that's in the back of that Bible. And I just worked it over so I could read it better. And this here
Is that Charles?
Charles Griffith died June 5th, 1880. Okay? And the top one up there, I can't really make out. It said he died April 20th, 1878. But I don't know who. I think it's Mears M. something, L-I-E. And we can't tell the last name either. And then here, in the Bible itself, it starts with Leonard Honeycutt and Daisy Thompson, married January 21st, 1927. Then Leonard Honeycutt was born. Wait a minute, that don't make sense, does it? Married, yeah, 21st. Leonard was born April 27th, 1905. Daisy was born December 22nd, 1905. Baby born September 7th, 1927. That was your brother that died at birth.
Yeah.
And then Helen, Virginia, born December 4th, 28. Margaret Olivia, the sister that died at 2 years of age, born in 1930, died in 1932. And then second page, Mary Frances Camille Honeycutt, born November 19th, 1931. And this must be Bill W.F. Honeycutt, born September 26, 1933. Ralph Andrew, born April 24, 35. Shirley May Elizabeth, January 8, 1937. And then the triplets. All of them in there.
I must have been with this.
Pretty cool.
And I wonder who did that.
You don't think that's Mama's writing, don't you
It
think?
looked, some of that looks.
I believe it was done in real time. I mean, you know, at that time. By your mama.
That's Mom's writing, don't you think?
Looks like it, yeah.
Some of it looks like her writing.
What do you think?
Who's that, Lester?
That's Lester, Grandpa, and was that Novella?
That was like that novella.
I call these dinner time. There's a lot of eating going on, inside and outside.
We used to have a lot of that
Yeah.
when Mama was living, before Well, she quit a long time before she died.
It's pretty dark, but Daddy's the only one I really recognize. Maybe Rufus there on the
That's
right.
what I'm wondering if
Sort of looks like his profile.
That girl to the back kind of looks like Ann Honeycutt, don't it?
Could have been.
she's eating again.
That's your mammy.
Remember that
You
dress?
know, you look at her, she don't look like none of them,
None of who.
none of her brothers or sisters.
Oh,
Carol, you poking your mouth full.
yes, I am. There's what, Ralph, Bill, me. Is that Gail?
Can you tell if that's Gail or not?
Is that Susan?
It can't be Susan.
No, you're right.
That's and her name Bonnie right there.
It's Brenda.
Brenda.
That's big.
That's Uncle Archie. Uncle Archie, is that you, Virginia? Francis.
I
Is that
think
you?
that may be Mama right there.
I think it is. Looks like.
That's Virginia right there.
Is that Shirley in the brown suit?
I can't tell.
With the shades on.
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
shades on.
Cool dude.
I think it is.
I never wore shades, but I used to be little, so
Just gonna claim it.
claim it me.
Who's that lady with?
Mama and who?
Ain't Lila?
Mama.
That ain't Lottie.
It
Yeah.
sure is.
Yeah, it is.
It looks like her, doesn't it?
No.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
Got Vivian in the back.
Mama? Gail, ain't it Gail?
Gail.
Believe it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And Vivian.
You know what short skirts they got on.
We used to wear them up to our.
Showing them knees.
And they're back again, too.
That's Alan and his friend Brad.
I was trying to figure out who this guy was. I didn't recognize him.
Ralph, Pee Wee, Vivian. Oh, aren't we cute, Ralph?
It's closed.
Carol, grab that one so I can.
I know who's the other.
I don't know who that is. Back of the head, I can't tell.
Is it a boy or a girl?
This guy.
I don't look like
Randy. Virginia, look at you. That's you.
That don't look like me. That's Francis in the blue.
That's Eddie in the back.
From about the who that other person is.
Where?
you.
The boy.
You don't know your own son? That's Randy.
I can't see it that good.
Can y'all see it over there all right? I mean, I'm talking because I got a computer right here in
Well,
front of
they
me.
can see. I just
Okay.
can't see.
Okay.
Mom and Pee Wee, as you come through the door.
I'm afraid that's Wesley, not Pee Wee.
Oh, is it Wesley? Oh, sorry.
And you wasn't Pee-wee, but I couldn't tell who it was.
Looks to me like Lynn.
That's who I was gonna say, but I knew Lynn wasn't in the family then.
I was probably about
Yes, that is you, Wesley.
13, 12, 13. I just wished I still had the tapes that I recorded back then. I got a recorder in my hand there talking into it. Little old reel-to-reel recorder, a little small one. Christmas present. That's all gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even you're like, oh, who's that?
Cherry.
Bill and. Do you like my hairdo?
Yeah, put a bird cage in that one.
Oh, sweet.
What's it called? Beehive? You know what they call that? A beehive?
It was high, all right.
And I believe that's Alan down there.
Alan.
Yes, outside.
Who was that?
That was the size she wore. Virginia.
It was, I know some of them give it to me for Christmas, making fun.
But you got that top on for.
I don't, that's cold, I think.
You know Vivian and Anita?
I think it is Anita.
Wow.
Pete sitting in the
Yeah,
back.
okay, had some hair, didn't
No, that's you in the corner over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little blurry, but that's Susan. Carol. Come on.
Her mom was totally laid back.
Yeah.
Because she
Look at Rose.
she probably cooked for us and was a little bit tired.
So, down in the far left, who is that? That's the
Don't
same
know.
person that was in the picture a while ago.
I do not recognize that person.
Could it be Dan
I
McCall?
started to say, it looks like Dan, but he
Could
wasn't.
be. Now, the Flo store, the original store, it wasn't even open when y'all were young, was it?
Yeah.
That one was?
You sure?
It was open because Daddy, Flo store?
That one right there.
Flo
Oh,
store.
no, no.
I'm not talking about Nude's Brown store. I'm talking about
No,
Flo
that
store.
wasn't open. It had some groceries in it, but it wasn't open. It had stuff in it.
Well, I understand it had stuff in it, but it wasn't open.
Uh-uh.
It just was left. It just like they closed the doors and walked away one day.
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
But that's the one that came from Pine Mills, right?
I believe it was 1800s,
Yeah, they moved that store, Marsh Brown and somebody else.
1881, either 1861.
We
Moved
moved
it,
it to where it's at now.
yeah,
It was a Flo owned it.
from Pine Mills where it used, that store came from originally.
Yeah, I thought that was strange that it had been closed so long. Almost.
He lived in the back of it.
Mr. Flo, who lived in the back of it.
Lived in the back of that store.
The doctor,
Yeah.
Was this?
tell you that I think the doctor, I don't know nothing about it other. I read where that store was moved, Bill and Vivian had a book of the community.
Mm-hmm.
We read it one time, it said that store was moved from Piney Mills up there. And if I'm not mistaken, Gilsa traced it back to where, at least she said this doctor, but I think he was a bin flow or something, lived in that store and ran a
Lived
post
in
office
the
out of
back
there.
of the store in the front.
But that was before y'all were born,
As long as I can remember, that store's been there.
but closed.
Yeah, closed.
And this one, Nude's Brown store,
Mhm.
That's
beautiful.
homes.
do what?
That's beautiful. They say that stuff's still in it.
That's the one we went to a lot.
Now, we got all kinds of stories about that one.
Yeah.
You gonna tell us about the one where let's see, Ralph closed Bill's head up in the icebox?
I believe that's right.
Yeah,
Was it here at the store or was it at home?
it's at the store, wasn't it? At the store.
That's the store that Daddy would take Randy to, wouldn't take the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
He said Randy didn't ask for nothing, the rest go around getting what they wanted.
Uh-huh.
And the sneak in the car.
I remember the hoop cheese, and I remember the twine
Yeah,
went all the way to the hook at the top and come back down, and you'd wrap your packages up with brown paper, tear it off, and tie twine on it.
Wow.
You remember that?
Uh-huh. I remember the gas pumps out front with the you pump them by hand, and little balls up at the top and the gas turning around, you know.
Yeah, Nugie run that and he never was married.
I believe, Carol, wasn't you all there when you fell off the car or fell out of the car or something?
Teddy was probably taking us there, was he?
That's
Or
where-
coming home,
that's where
and-
they
Or one of
take
the
us.
other.
Who was it that found you?
J.B. Roberts'
Was
brother,
it JB?
I think.
I don't remember, I just remember losing her, that door coming open.
I think if I remember, it was J.B. Roberts' brother.
The thing I remember was going to the fair,
Do you remember that?
and before we got up there, Uncle Raymond's old house up there, the door was cracked, and it did, and went up, and she fell out, bumped her head, and that was it. And then it
So you
back-
fell out a lot?
No, only once. But I don't know where we were.
I don't think nobody picked you up, I think he come back that,
Oh, he come back and got me, but before Daddy got turned around and got back to get me,
Jennings lived out there.
there was someone
If it
coming
was
in
a
behind
robbery.
them,
Mhm.
and they stopped. Where Steady got me. Don
Okay.
says, or Pee Wee one said, we've lost Carol somewhere. I mean, it's somewhere.
Did Mama ever want pitch up it?
She quit her job, didn't she?
She got mad, but she bumped out on Daddy. You're supposed to have your own.
I don't know who all three of the girls are. The one in the middle I recognize. But the reason I had this in here is, Carol, I remember your story about going to your Uncle Hubert's little variety store and getting him to give you a candy bar.
Lynn, it was his daughter.
His
and
daughter?
myself.
Okay.
Mhm.
And you'd go get a candy bar, and then you'd go and sell it.
We go sell it. I'm not to tell you who we sold it to. We doubled our money.
You doubled your money, and then went back and bought 2 candy bars.
Or then we'd also, yes, or either we go to Nooch Brown's store and buy
Oh.
2 candy bars. Yes. We did do
That's
that.
what Linda Honeycutt in the middle.
It is,
Linda.
Linda.
And 2 friends of hers.
Well, you pull up front of the house there and say, all right, he called us to the front of the house there. It's all right, go get some candy. Mom said, no. I want to get some candy. Run out the car and get some candy.
He sold Raleigh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember bringing the car up to our house. He'd open up that big old trunk on that car. Was it a Chrysler?
37 Ford.
And he'd have.
No, this was not a Ford. It was a massive trunk on that thing. You could put an army in it.
Yeah, he had it full of material, about more than one piece of material, didn't even need it.
Was it a Ford?
Yeah, 37 Chevrolet.
I don't know what he had at last.
This was a big old trunk.
I don't remember
We
what
had
happened.
a Ford and that Chevrolet last time.
But it was stock full. Smell, woo, you can smell all that stuff in there, spices and things cooked with. And
Now, was this built for George and Odell?
that was George and Odell's house. And George died at an early age. Mrs. Hubert's oldest
I
son,
think he was back around 36.
36. And what did he die from?
I ain't sure if I ever knew it was in
Heart attack.
Winston-Salem.
Heart attack?
Said he had a heart attack.
I used to hear him talking about going, y'all might have heard him talking about when he's in service, digging foxholes. I guess he's in World War II, wasn't he? A career war.
He was shell shocked when he come home.
Well, now, I don't believe I ever met the man. When I was born in 56. And I remember being there at the store and going in that house, and I remember when Uncle Hubert's home burnt, the first one, and they built the second one. I remember all that, but I don't remember ever meeting George.
I think, when did he die? I don't remember. I think he died in the early 50s.
Yeah.
His 2 boys were babies. They were really old.
Larry, yeah.
I think it
Larry's,
was when you were born, Wesley.
Larry's better than 60. He's probably 63 or 4.
I think he is. And they were little.
So he died early.
Is that yours?
No, but I thought maybe Ralph would recognize it. I don't know if that's it, or this one, or this one. Those are all 3 American Austins.
Theirs are more like that one.
It's a 2-door.
2-door.
Hey, Ralphie, what?
Wasn't like that.
No.
Sporty.
Like that.
There's a coach looking.
More like that. There's a hard top.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Okay. Well, those are all American Austins.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Now you have to tell that story again.
And Bill had
I
one.
don't think it's that much.
Bill had an Austin.
We drove